You know, we ask a lot, or at least I hear a lot, what American life looks like after Trump, after this particular crisis moment, after what this period eventually gets called in the history books. Who knows? And every version of that question smuggles in the same assumption, I think, that there's a repaired country waiting on the other side. America recovered, America reconstructed, America with a new coat of paint. But what if that assumption is just wrong? What if the US doesn't come out of this as a renewed version of itself? What if it really, truly, honestly breaks? I mean, a visible fracture in the order itself. Federal authority openly rejected by states. Elections that no longer settle who has legitimacy. Courts obeyed only by the people who already agreed with the ruling. Large parts of the country acting like they're no longer bound by the same compact. The order holding the country together just has to sort of finally snap and give way. So here's the case for why this is a real question that we should be taking seriously now. Last year, Pew found that 80% of American adults say Republican and Democrat voters can't agree on basic facts, policy, and facts. Then, in its 2026 Democracy Report, the VDEM Institute said that the US had lost its long-term status as a liberal democracy and had been reclassified as an electoral democracy for the first time in over 50 years. Their explanation was that rapid concentration of power in the presidency and executive overreach and weakening legislative and judicial checks and attacks on the press and civil liberties and dissenting voices all accumulated to that. A country can certainly survive brutal policy fights. It has for 2 centuries plus. What it struggles to survive is the moment its people stop agreeing on what's true and who has authority then, and what counts as evidence at all. And that might sort of be one of the first lines that we get to distinguish, whether disagreement becomes a reason to just reject the system itself. Now, some people hear break and imagine maybe a clean split, a national divorce, we've heard tell of, 2 tidy countries shaking hands and walking away. That fantasy crashes quite hard into the law. Legally, a state can't just walk out on its own. Texas v. White, 1869. The Supreme Court treated the Union as indissoluble and said there's no unilateral exit except through revolution or the consent of the states. And practically, America's mixed together. Cities inside red states, rural counties inside blue ones, shared power grids, water systems, military bases, debt, federal benefits, families spread out. So a hard break would be a grinding constitutional fracture. States refusing federal rulings, governors treating federal agents as a hostile force, and federal officials treating states as insurrection. Disputed elections where 2 sides each claim the win, and different institutions recognize different presidents, or whomever. And this all happens while more and more people stop acting like there is something binding it together. And here's the part that this sort of breakup fantasy always seems to skip. Rupture exposes the vulnerable first, the people with the least room to run, like immigrants, minorities, the poor, dissidents, kids, anyone living under a local power that they can't escape. They get the collision first and the hardest. This is the direction a political system drifts toward when it loses the ability to settle conflict peacefully. Which brings it back to the frame that we started with. Maybe this curiosity that people are very fixated on of after Trump is very much the wrong question. Maybe he's the accelerant, the symptom, the stress test. One piece of a much deeper disease. Does he feel like a disease to you? The deeper question in all this is whether we still share enough reality, enough legitimacy, enough obligation to each other to remain one country. If the answer is yes, the repair has to be bigger than any single solitary election. If the answer is no, then we're talking about the end of the current American order. Countries around the world, throughout history, change all the time. The darkest possibility is that America reaches the point where too many people no longer believe there's a country left to even share. And so what would they be fighting for at that point? Now, do they lay down and get rolled over then? And people who are more than happy and willing to take control? Or do they stand up and fight? Some mix of those for sure, but what is sort of the dominating element there? That's part of a many-layered puzzle that we will probably, unfortunately, have to just simply live through and find out in real life. I'll see you soon.